Hey, it's Dr. Ron Kaiser here, and spring has come to North America. Trees are blooming, flowers are starting to bloom, uh, lawns are getting more attention than they did in the past, and the temperature has gone up, although it's been intermixed with some rainy days that always happen in the spring. Got me thinking about the various kinds of plants and flowers that we see these days. Some are annuals. You plant them every year. They may look beautiful, but ultimately they're a 1 year phenomenon. Others are perennials, those hardy plants, flowers that persist from year to year, continue to uh, return to their blooming state and continue to be able to be enjoyed for years upon end. I think people are like that too. I think there are some folks who kind of flame out in a short period of time. You know, some of the people that I've known at an earlier stage, whether it be in school or early in a career, had great promise that they didn't always fulfill, and others plugged along, made it work, and uh, really achieved great success later. But probably the best thing to be able to do is to be successful on a perennial basis, to go through all the seasons of life doing a good job and being appreciated for it. I've been a grandson, son, father, and now grandfather. And, you know, all of those require different kinds of skills, but I'd like to feel that I could be evaluated as much for uh, the kind of grandfather I am as the kind of grandson I was. Uh, as a worker, as a psychologist, I'd like to think that I was as good, I've been as good a mentor as I've been a intern, apprentice, whatever we may want to call it. We go through these different stages of life, and our ability to adapt to those stages kind of determine a couple of things. One is just how we are regarded, but also how much we enjoy both the various times of our lives and how much we enjoy being with us during those times, how much confidence we have that we're pulling things along in the right direction. In other words, are we kind of built for the long haul? Are we built to be able to be uh, our best versions of ourselves wherever we are in the lifespan? You know, Charles Darwin discussed the fact that the species, the survival of the species, is really dependent upon the ability of the species to adapt to changes in environment and places and so on. Don't want to go to quite that large a structure in dealing with this, but I think the same thing applies to individuals. The ones who are most successful over time are the ones who are most willing and able and comfortable in adapting. And so, while I know if you go to the internet, you can get a lot of information about ways to function in a positive, self confident way, ways to boost your skills and your uh, internal vibes, your personality patterns, and things of that nature. Don't always hear a lot about the fact we're not just building for right now, but wherever we are in the lifespan, we are also building for the future. In other words, our goal is to be a perennial, to not have periods of time and then flame out as opposed, and then not be overly productive or uh, enjoy life, but our goal is to be the best versions of ourselves throughout the lifespan. It's accomplishable, you know, with appropriate habits, with appropriate learning, with appropriate commitment to ourselves, and with the motivation to be able to set goals and achieve them as we go through the lifespan. So think beyond today, think in terms of being a perennial, think in terms of building for the long haul, and think in terms of being the best version of yourself basically forever. So I hope that's part of your thinking. Look forward to discussing it with you. And until next time, it's Dr. Ron Kaiser, looking forward to seeing you on these videos as well as at the Mental Health Gym.